for June 16th this year, and was some discussion about Pipestone Systems subsidiary Greenstone and their carbon credit project that's ongoing. On the 15th, AMC board met. We heard from 13 affiliate groups. The Feedlot Officers Group mentioned the MPCA staff exceeding their program requirements in feedlot reviews, which was leading to non-standardization statewide. Just another example of agencies going above and beyond what they're authorized to do. There is a House bill now seeking Department of Health or DHS to take back all of the medical and dental programs in the state, which obviously would jeopardize county-based purchasing. Hopefully that goes nowhere. It would cost more, it'd be less efficient, have no local control, it'd be a disaster. And there's even a House bill to change the state flag. Because some say that it is not culturally appropriate anymore.
Look at our seal and our flag are not the same, if you really look closely at them. So I don't know what.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
On the 18th, MHA Trustee Council met. They told us about their newly defined goals of providing services to members, advocacy, and facilitating improvement in quality workforce and finances. They set the summer conference dates of July 14th and 15th, likely by Zoom. I encourage you all to check that out if you're able, and hopefully the winter conference will be in person. On the 19th, had union negotiations again with the nurses, and then I testified with Senator Weber before the Senate Transportation Committee on the Highway 23 project. Attended a special city council meeting in Holland on the 21st, and on the 22nd, that kickoff for the dredging project, and that's all I have.
Thank you. Chris?
On the 2nd, at Explore Southwest at SRDC, as Dan had mentioned, whatnot. So, and I talked about that a little bit earlier. Or that was Explore Southwest, excuse me. Then on the 10th, I had SRDC, just updates. There was really nothing new. I guess I had to provide the Pipestone County update. I wasn't prepared for that, but I stumbled through that as good as I could. So, on the 14th, we had the Redistricting committee meeting here. 22nd, Pcmc board meeting. And then the 28th had a CPT meeting. Big news there was the co-director Gwen resigned, which is going to leave a huge void. That's 30 plus years of tax writing experience that's leaving or whatnot. Kind of got mixed stories on the reasons why, but one story I have that she had an offer she couldn't refuse, another one that she's overworked. And even I met there yesterday, and even on her last day, it was supposed to be last Friday, but she worked through the weekend too, just because that's how hard a worker she was. So there's no replacing her. I'll piggyback off her meeting yesterday. We're going to restructure how that was going. Gwen ran tax and software, and then Mike, he ran the program, and they were kind of co-directors and overseeing the whole operations. Well, that kind of took them away from working with their departments trying to run that. So the decision was made yesterday to go back to having an administrator, and then having Mike go back to running his department.
Good.
So a lot of discussion on that yesterday, but those have been tough meetings these last few months and whatnot. But going back to March, Polk County was asked to join the JPA. The initial vote went down to, I guess you could say maybe Pipestone was the one that did allow it to go, because it went down to one vote deciding it or not, and all of our other surrounding counties didn't want to go along with it because they felt like since they didn't join from the beginning, why join now? Well, a lot of people didn't know what they were getting into. A lot of people had financial constraints about joining and whatnot, but Polk County has always been, they're a full subscriber to all the programs. They have been since before CPT was formed, so it just seemed natural to let them join. And as the discussion went, by the time it came, then it was unanimous to let them join and let them be part of the pool too. It's just we didn't see it like it was any different than MCIT. This, whole thing was built.
Well, thank you, Chris, for standing up for the right thing there.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I know Lincoln, Murray, everybody around us is not in favor. Or not Murray, but Lyon. But anyway. And that was it for March. April will be pretty busy next month, so.
Okay, my report, Prime West got canceled because of the Ledge Conference
Yep.
for March. On the 8th, had plant ops at the hospital. On the 9th, we had union negotiations, and then that night I had Southwest Mental Health. And then on the 10th, we were back to union negotiations again for the day. On the 11th, we had the Zoom meeting on the legal suit with Prime West. On the 14th, I had collaborative board in Laverne, Southwest Mental Health executive board meeting in Worthington that afternoon, and then that evening of the 14th, redistricting meeting here. Made for a long day and a lot of miles. 15th, I went to Lincoln County with Buffalo Ridge group to see if they'd promote Buffalo Ridge for them to join. And still don't have a definite answer, but I think they're getting closer to maybe waiting a year or so.
The drug task force.
Right.
Sheriff updated me after our law liaison meeting earlier this month that they're joined as an associate. So,
They talked about it, and they've talked back again, well, holding off on it, so.
oh, did they? Because I know the paper out of Marshall wrote that article about them joining as an associate too, so.
And we also figured out where we're at with Amanda as far as the drug task force working as a fiscal agent. Have we got those details worked out yet, or is that still?
Financial wise, it's all taken care of. She worked with Ide Bailey and the auditors, and also when Steve Weitz was here helping, so they've got it all taken care of where the finances need to be. They've figured out what the
You're
issues
physical
were.
agent, right?
Yeah, we're the fiscal agents.
Yep.
So, and it's perfectly allowable under law, I
Right.
mean, to do those things. Lyon County's been a fiscal agent for the Emergency Communications Board practically since inception,
Right.
you know, and counties do those types of things. It's just gotta be, the money's just gotta be looked at in a different way. We're actually taking in the money and actually paying out the money as well. So, and then those have to be approved by the board when they make those payments, very similar to how you are working when we bring vouchers to the board here.
Yep.
So-
So as far as the audit is concerned, everything's copacetic
Yes.
there.
Yes.
How about workload wise? Is it gonna be a burden at all for
It's been
Amanda?
going on for several years. It's just occasionally, if you look at your vouchers, you'll see on there, sometimes there's 4 or 5 vouchers that are paid, maybe 6. There's not a whole ton of it. More than that, it would be the reporting back to the state.
Good.
But
I know
Amanda
when
and the
we
staff would work with
originally
Mike on that.
talked about it, we figured it'd be like a half an hour a week.
Yeah, it's,
Yep.
yeah.
Well,
Now
good.
that
I'm glad
everything's
that got
balanced
worked
in the
out.
way it should be, we're moving forward in a good way.
Okay, then on the 16th, we had Health and Human Services. We talked about that. And I guess the biggest issue was
That
the
labor
extra
thing.
hours.
Yeah.
And some of them, there's 2 of them that are like 360 some hours of overtime. So,
Did
Now
we
we're
talk
up.
also about, go ahead, finish,
oh, go ahead.
the grow house? Did we report back to this group about the grow house coming
I
here?
think we did.
Okay, you guys were aware of that? Okay, I couldn't remember if we told you.
Careful what you're growing.
That's right. Cabbage
Cabbage, there you go.
and broccoli. It looks like that'll probably be delivered August, the way it sounds. There's a backlog on it, so.
Les, when does Southwest Health and Human Service start working on their budget for '23? I know we talked
Dan
last year,
will be
we,
involved in that,
Yep.
and I think it'll probably be sometime in July, first part of August.
I'm glad you brought that up, because we need to be up to speed on that, because we kind of missed the window last time as far as, you think?
I think we should be looking at probably a 3% increase in their
At least.
least,
We need to get
lease
that
out
more
there.
equitable.
I mean, we can't go a lot higher than that, it's just gotta be incremental, because you guys can figure that out, but at least a 3%, I think.
Well, and then the whole thing
We
as
hit 'em
far as
every year for
apples
it.
to
We
apples.
need to catch up.
Yeah, because some counties charge utilities, some don't, so we need to just take a review of that whole thing as far as rent.
So that'll be later this year.
Okay.
And then on the 21st, had the Zoom meeting with Southwest Mental Health and Western Mental Health. And about a half an hour into the meeting, my end just went dead, so I got dropped out. I couldn't get back into it. I don't know what happened. So, and then
Technology's great.
later that day, I had a Southwest PIC meeting on the 21st. 22nd, we had hospital board. 23rd, I had radio board. 24th, we had a Zoom meeting with Prime Health. I think everybody was pretty much on that one. Then on the 28th, I had extension. So, pretty much takes care of my reports.
So what else did you do last month?
What's that?
What else did you do last month? Nothing.
Right?
The calendar gets pretty full, doesn't it?
Yeah. April's been just
April's pretty
jam-packed.
busy too, you guys.
Well, is there any other business come before the board?
Just notification, upcoming meetings, board meeting on the 10th, 24th, and also mark on your calendar, Pipestone County is hosting the District 8 AMC meeting. That'll be out at the Country Club.
We talked about that at Health and Human
Unless something has
Services.
changed, I don't know about, but I was working with
They
AMC
were
on
asking,
that.
they thought we'd be at the lodge, and I said, no, we're gonna try to get it at the Country Club. The lodge was way too crowded the last time.
And they've got acoustic problems that just aren't good in there when you're trying to talk and have presentations and that. And Country Club has updated their whole audio video systems. They've got multiple large monitors out there now, so they need to show, obviously their PowerPoints, and if they need to Zoom or whatever, I think it'll work. I just hope they have the catering deal worked out. I told them to get a hold of Hatfield Roadhouse for catering, because at the time I was talking to them, the Country Club didn't have a kitchen stuff set up. They may have that taken care of now, I don't know that. So anyway, that's in AMC's hands about that, so just put June 9th on your calendar for District 8 meeting here in Pipestone.
Advance date. When is the December meeting up in the cities? Do you know those dates yet?
The lead, annual
Annual
conference?
conference?
I don't know, do you know, Luke, yet?
I think
haven't.
so. It
Usually
is,
the first,
Usually the first week. isn't it?
yeah, 5th, 6th, or, like MRC will be on the 4th, and then 5th, 6th, 7th is the EMC conference.
5, 6,
5, 6, 7? Okay.
I'm gonna produce a Christmas show, so I wanna know if I.
So where's that? Is that prime?
It is at Doubletree in Bloomington.
Nice.
Oh, good, keeping it there.
Yep.
It's good. It's a good venue.
You bet. You bet it does.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's a good place.
okay,
Kathy, anything? I don't have anything else, so.
to entertain a motion for adjournment,
So moved.
Second.
we stand adjourned.
That means we can stand up now that we're in turn.
We can stand, adjourn.
If we can stand.